Hi everyone, this is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for September 22nd to the 28th of 2019. A quick note here, the equinox call that I'm doing with Shanta Gabriel has changed from Friday to Monday. It is now going to be held on Monday, September 23rd at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Time. There are links in the blog to register and donate. The $22 is the suggested donation, but everyone is welcome at our seasonal celebrations always. Also, there is a bonus video posted on YouTube on the Karmic Tools channel that is actually the full moon setting over the ocean during an actual eclipse. The Libra full moon lunar eclipse that happened April 4th of 2015, okay, so this is 4 years ago, was a magical night that I filmed the moon rise that day, that same eclipse day, and then spent the entire night on the beach filming the eclipse and the moon setting over the water in the west. I have paired it with our Pisces full moon call audio excerpt, and it is 27 minutes long, so enjoy that. So it's an old video with a new audio, but it was a full moon and it was reflecting on the water, and it's a very nice video. It could be better. I have better equipment now, so I'm going to try again. And honestly, I've been trying for months, and every month on the full moon it has been raining and cloudy here where I haven't been able to do it just yet. But that is just one of more to come. So on with our week, which kicks off on Sunday the 22nd with Mercury squaring Saturn, who's just gone direct. This energy is good for deep thinking rather than negotiating with others, as it is more of a solitary energy, making commitments with others a little harder than usual. You may feel like people don't understand what you're trying to convey, or that you're coming across more negative than positive. This is not a good energy for business negotiations unless every detail is very clear to all involved. This energy makes you most critical of yourself, but it could trickle over onto others as well. Beware of a tendency toward apathy, pessimism, and/or depression. That's Saturn and Mercury, which makes it more mental than literal. Try to stay focused on all the blessings that you do have and all that you have accomplished instead of what is still on the list of things to do in life. This energy is not intended to make you feel bad about all the things left yet to do, but encourage you to begin the necessary steps and be okay with small measures of progress for now. This energy just makes you focus on the practical side of manifesting. Clear the mental and emotional debris and begin to lay a new, clean, solid foundation beneath your goals and strategize about the details of bringing it to fruition. So basically, this is the ideas squaring off with the reality. How can we make them real? How can we bring them into form? And what ideas do you want to bring into form that are going to be the most beneficial for you and everyone around you? So not necessarily a bad thing, but it does get you pointed in more serious thinking, let's say. And it also gets you to questioning which thoughts are relevant and useful and productive rather than distracting and dispersing your energy. Saturn always wants you to consolidate your energy so that you can be fortified and get stronger and possibly build something. So that was Sunday. Monday the 23rd is actually our fall equinox celebration with me and Shanta Gabriel. So there's links to that. And then Tuesday the 24th is Mercury sextiling Jupiter, where a Sun-Jupiter contact is more about you. This activation with Mercury is more about your consciousness, ideas, thoughts, and concepts, which Jupiter expands in some way, helping you to think bigger, edit your personal story, and step up your game in some way. This is also a great energy to work with if you are in school, learning something new, expanding your knowledge base, or gathering new tools and information that support your goals. Your dreams are tapping you on the shoulder, demanding some attention at this time. Mundane issues are not your concern right now. You want to figure out how to create the life you've been imagining. This energy also provokes within you the awareness and understanding that being generous naturally attracts generosity to you. The big picture and overall patterns which have led you to this point are being brought into the light. Feeling clear, sharp, alert, and optimistic, you begin to realize that anything you can imagine or remember, you can also achieve. So, the sextile's an opportunity. Mercury's your human consciousness with Jupiter trying to expand it and teach you something at this time. It's a really good combo to work with. Then on Wednesday the 25th, we have Venus squaring off with Saturn. So this energy can make you feel cool and detached with loved ones. It is a time to take stock of your relationships and really evaluate the level of balance between giving and receiving, okay? Business or personal, relationships must have a balance of give and take. You may feel more aware of your true independence in life and start re-evaluating the need for certain relationships at this time. This energy pushes you to dig for your individual fortitude and determination to live according to your own personal values and priorities. Course corrections or adjustments may be necessary and fairly obvious at this time. You may feel lonely, depressed, or disconnected. So that's the second time Saturn's come up with that. So just remember, that's just the vibration. But what we want to remember about Saturn limiting us or holding us back in any way, and remember, it just went forward. So whatever we were feeling held back about shouldn't be feeling that way anymore. We ought to be able to pick up steam week by week by week, getting the forward motion going, I promise you. But Saturn only holds us back because there's something we need to learn that's happening right in front of us that we're not considering that is going to make us stronger and smarter, wiser for whatever that future form that you're shooting for, that goal that you're shooting for. Saturn wants us to accomplish that. But right now, earlier in the week, it's Mercury, so the ideas and Saturn squaring off is about, okay, what ideas are real and which ones do we want to bring into form? But now with Venus squaring off with Saturn, it's more about the relationships, which relationships are real and need to be nurtured and fortified going forward. And if it's not the relationship department, then it's still your values and priorities. So it may be the finances department, it may be work or home. But either way, there needs to be an adjustment because you either have some new values and priorities that are trying to work into the system, or the ones you have are not working for you. So Saturn's going to hold you back until you get that memo, let's just say. So, feeling lonely, disconnected, that's just Saturn separating us so that we can think for ourselves and reconnect with that inner authority too. That's another thing to remember about Saturn. Really wants us always to be as independent as possible. But it really is just the universe forcing you to question or assess your current relationships, how you interact with others, and how you allow them to interact with you. It's good to periodically evaluate even the strongest relationship and check the foundation. Don't give in to ego-based fears, focusing on the lack and limitation or what is not working, but instead build on your strengths and honor the goodness that you have created together, as well as in yourself. Basically through that relationship. We grow in our relationships. We learn about ourselves in relationships just as much as we learn about the other people. This is the best time for intentional solitude because the insights you acquire through this process will help you down the road to stabilize your future. So see, again, it's that way of Saturn holding you back, slowing you down, making sure that you're addressing the step-by-step process that builds it in the best way that's going to allow it to last the longest and be the strongest and have the most positive impact on your own world and anyone that crosses your path. So on Thursday, we have Mercury squaring off with Pluto. So remember, Saturn and Pluto are basically together up there in Capricorn. And so the restructuring and the reality checks that we're all going through, micro to macro, it's happening to individuals, it's happening in social realms, and it's happening in the collective realms. So now, Mercury squaring off with Pluto, this energy can be tough, but it is a powerful one. Its highest expression would be to focus on your inner deep dig, that discovery and development of your soul going on right now. It enables you to look beneath the surface to some core drives and gain some valuable insights, and thus choose a plan of action based on your findings. You will want to know all the hidden meanings behind decisions you've made or want to make soon. Dig. You may find more than you think you're ready for, but apparently the universe thinks differently. Pay attention and try not to worry about what anyone else thinks or believes. This energy's flip side is to make you obsess over one particular idea and try to force others to your way of thinking. That can be a bottomless pit. You cannot truly change the way other people think. You can only change the way you think and hope it enlightens others along the way. And it will for those who are tuned in to your level and their own awareness and are waking up. Try to only focus on you and your direction. Okay, Mercury makes this personal, Pluto's transformative, and the soul level. So it really isn't about anyone else but you this week in terms of your own consciousness. And it's always you anyway. Everything that we manifest, create, and bring into our world is just another reflection of what's going on within us. So that's why we want to create in all realms, light and dark, winter, spring, summer, fall, inner and outer balance. Okay, we're in the season of balance. So the thing to keep in mind throughout this week is that we can tap into physical, literal balance twice a year. So I really do hope you all join us for our celebration because it's always beautiful. We do offer our prayers for the world, and the group energy is nourishing. It's fortifying. When two or more gather, our light grows exponentially. And it's a really beautiful thing to gather in community to celebrate the seasonal shifts. You all know that's what I'm into. I love it. And Kelly and Beard is really close to ready, so we're going to be starting that new circle soon, which is also on the 26th is my next Venus circle. Now, for those of you who checked in August and got that free update, let me know if you didn't get that. There was a midpoint audio that's really good to check in with even till now, this month. It's only a month later. We're still in the middle of Venus's cycle, but we're on the reclamation side. We're done with the release work, and now we're rising into the light to reclaim on the other side. And I told you I'm going to bookend it. I'm going to start and finish this leg of the journey, which is basically 9 months. But the 7 chakras in between, I'm having a guest teacher come on and bring us some new tools and modalities and things to consider as we are reclaiming at each level of our existence and bringing some new vision into form by May of 2020. So my first guest is going to be Leela Nancy Ward of integralsoul.love. We are officially launching the reclamation side of the Venus cycle. It's time to go out at sunset and look for her to rise as the evening star this month. And it's time to renew your connection to what is most important to you. Theoretically, you've created some space with all the release work you've done over the last 9 months. Because the universe abhors a vacuum and will always look to fill the space you have created, Leela is going to offer us additional tools that will help us consciously choose what we are going to reclaim going forward. This month we reclaim at the crown chakra in Libra. So the idea is to invite your higher self to awaken a new seedling of an idea in your consciousness that you can expand and express going forward. Libra has to do with balance, reciprocity, and all manner of relationships, partnerships, and collaborations. And your crown chakra represents your highest wisdom and consciousness. So it is time to claim a new idea and concept of conscious equal partnership and what I refer to as creative collaborations, reciprocal relationships, and profitable partnerships, all of which we can claim anew because we have earned it through our work with Venus over the last year or so. Lastly, it is a good time to think about what idea you want in form by May of 2020. So you can join us on Thursday night asking for a donation of $25 for that call. That's a class with curriculum and a regular subscription that you can either subscribe to or drop in. So we appreciate the support and the love and would love to share this month's energy and update with you. Then we have on Saturday, the 28th, Venus is going to sextile Jupiter. So this is really interesting, y'all. We got Mercury and Venus rolling in tandem, basically. So they're facing the same challenges, but they're also facing the same opportunities to gain some traction in some way. That is a really beautiful thing. They're working with Jupiter and Saturn and Pluto. I mean, this is so great. So my reminder here, Venus and Jupiter are the two benefactors. Anytime they get together, blessings are possible and miracles are possible. And in a sextile, we're offered an opportunity, let's just say. This energy expands your relationships, personal or professional, allowing you to gain traction in expressing the highest vibration that's possible for that particular connection. In personal relationships, things are sociable, light, and fun. In professional or public relationships, things can go more smoothly as folks are more relaxed and easygoing, upbeat, and open to exchanging ideas and concepts. This energy activates our innate optimism and natural positive thinking, so it's a good time to look into expanding your knowledge base in some way that makes you more valuable to the team. You'll have that connection to your instincts and confidence with others that is a winning combination, okay? So Venus is sticking to your own values and principles. Jupiter's those higher principles that you live by, that truth and belief system that you have honed over time. And in this positive connection, it's allowing us to connect to the blessings of being true to ourselves, essentially. And when you follow your truth, you are blessed. And the same day is our Libra super new moon. So this is an excellent activation to have on the same day as the new moon, that we seed new relationships of all kinds that are more nourishing and more balanced and more integrated and more loving and harmonious. We can seed that this week. And as we connect to our own balance, our own internal individual balance, that makes it so much easier to call in balanced relationships and exchanges with others, whether it's personal or professional. So this is the new moon for that, okay? Also, I'm reminding you here that we are in the rhythm of planting the seeds at the new moon and having to walk by faith for 2 weeks to the full moon, when we will connect with that light, shining a light in an area that illuminates things that were just not that obvious at the new moon time, and it's okay. A lot of people think of the new moon, seed planting, new beginnings as supposed to be active and obvious, and they're not. It happens in the void. The new moon is when there's a dark of moon in the sky. You can't see the moon for a couple of days. And we know that the seeds have taken when we see that first sliver of the new moon a couple of days after the new moon. So this is our warm-up leading up to Saturday, is the darkness getting stronger and stronger overnight, allowing us to connect deeper and deeper to an authentic source where we want our seeds to germinate. So the darkness is not a bad thing. This is the way it works. We cannot avoid it, and we're blessed with an opportunity every month to sync up with this rhythm. So if anyone would like to know more about syncing up with the solar rhythms or the lunar rhythms, I'd love to help you with that as well. Oh, and before I dive in, the super new moon makes that even more intense, because the pull is invisible. We can't see it, but we can feel it. And so honor that. Honor the warm-up, okay, because it's really important. We have this week, as we start out the week, the moon's in Cancer. So self-care and nourishing and gentleness and kindness with yourself and others, really important for our fall equinox celebration on Monday. We are nurtured by that Cancer moon, truly, as we tap into the balance. And then it shifts to really quick Leo moon that connects us to our hearts, what we're really passionate about, and what brings us joy and makes our lives better and bigger versus smaller. And then just know that the dark of moon is the moon that happens before the new moon. So that'll be a Virgo moon for Thursday and Friday. So I just feel like after all the Virgo energy we've just experienced in the last month, because we're also segueing from Virgo into Libra, these 2 days are our chance on an individual level to process and integrate if we can. So if you can get some downtime, maybe join us on that Thursday to find out what Venus has for us so that you can really hone in on the values and priorities that are best for your system. So vital, so important. And as you're able to tap into what's natural for you, and during that Virgo moon, during this extreme pull of the super new moon coming in Libra, you'll be able to move right into what balance is for you. You will totally recognize it. We all know. We know when things are too much and not enough all day long. We do understand that. Tapping into this balance is where we need the practice and the presence, the connection to be fortified, because it supports us as we move through the last quarter of this year, which is also preparing us to be in the dark season in the solar cycle, in the annual cycle, come winter solstice, which again is a seed planting time that is more of an emptying out and a dark fallow time than spring blossoms and, summer fire and all that good stuff. So this new moon is really important for your own individual personal balance to come into alignment with and to plant the seeds for what that is for you by your own definition. It's also an excellent new moon for planting seeds for the community that you'd like to be a part of, and the social circles that you'd like to be a part of, and the social experiences that you would like to have that are enriching and uplifting and not draining and torturous. The social world is a little crazy these days, so what is it that is quality nutrient for you that feeds you and fills you with light and love and truth that makes you stronger for going back in the world to navigate? That's the important part of doing these timeouts and check-ins and full moon, new moon, intentions and honorings and burning bowls and all of that, all of the little things we do each month fortify us and keep us clear for these kind of intentions and these times of calling in higher level relationships and exchanges with others. So the Libra new moon is an excellent time to set your intentions for restored balance within your own being, enabling healthier relationships naturally. Keep in mind you will always attract your own vibrational match. So, how's your vibe these days? Inviting and welcoming, or guarded and suspicious? This is the month to set intentions around conscious equal partnership, whether public or private, short-term or long-term. Balance is the key. This is the month to honor the scales that we must weigh our personal progress against our obvious manifestations in relationships, for better or worse. It's time to assess the strength and value of each one by one, and what kind of time, energy, and resources you have and are willing to invest further with this person, situation, or agreement. Soulful kinship and a sense of belonging are vital for most humans, and this year we will cultivate that more than ever. We can renegotiate as we go at regular intervals, and I highly recommend that you do. We can be part of something without being burdened by it. We can have soulful connections without losing ourselves. We can still love each other even if and when we do not agree. It's time to define your individual terms and start renegotiating with those who matter, while releasing those people, situations, or agreements which are no longer relevant or useful. Libra energy reminds you to connect with the inner balance and cultivate community with love and compassion. While Venus, Libra's ruler, is currently navigating through Libra too, so the moon and Venus are connecting. In fact, our day that they connect is the day after the new moon. So this is really powerful, let's say blessing on the new moon, to have Venus there too. So we have a very powerful equinox week of love, light, and support as we transition into the season of balance. So explore and experience and be grateful for at least 6 weeks. We have a nice window of restoring balance and wrapping up the year strong so that we can be ready for 2020, which is bringing monumental shifts, whether they're internal or external. We're all going to have to navigate some changes. And the stronger and more centered that we are, obviously the easier that will be. So I am really happy to be of support to you all and grateful for the support that you all show me. And I hope you have a fantastic week. And join us Monday, Shanta and I will be together, and Thursday, Leela and I will be together. And so you're welcome to join us in either call. So thanks for listening. This is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and I am so grateful for your time, energy, and support. Please share this with those you think would resonate and reach out if and when you need to. Kelly at KarmicTools.com. The goal of my weekly forecast is to alert you to the energies and activations that we're all experiencing and the possibilities for conscious co-creation as an individual. Awareness of the energies is the first key, but I invite you to take it to the next level by checking out my readings, telecircles, and subscriptions, which are all geared toward individual support that helps you understand your own unique blueprint. My specialty is cycles and patterns, and I love helping people figure out their own within the context of the social and collective rhythm. To some, working with their own cycles and patterns is a completely new and foreign concept, but there are many planetary cycles that coincide with natural life cycles that allow us to co-create in mystical as well as practical ways. I create custom tools that I have tried and tested myself for over 30 years, and I do the work alongside my circle every time. So I hope you will reach out if you feel called to dive deeper into your own soul's natural rhythm. Talk to you soon. One love.